Okay, guys, we are going to go now to section 1-8. Oh, probably could write that a little cleaner. 1-8 Enharmonics. Now, thought experiment. Spell the word there. If the first question out of your mouth wasn't which one, you're not going to be ready for this. So think about that for another second. Spell the word your. Right? Okay. Now, those are called homophones. Two words that have the same sound but completely different meanings. There, their book. There it is. There, they are going to the store. The contraction of they are. Music has a similar concept. Okay, what you're going to see in front of you is a very crudely drawn piano, but it works. And at the end of this lesson, I'll show you how to draw one for yourself. Okay, now, the concept of enharmonics are two notes that sound the same but have different letters. So watch. Let's look at how a piano works. This is a key to understanding it. It works on every instrument, but showing you on a piano, and for those of you who've been in my classroom, remember, there's the marimba that's in there that's at the front of the classroom. Marimba's laid out the same way. Top row and bottom row are going to match up to the white and black keys. All right, so we have our white keys and we have our black keys. White keys and black keys are up here. So let's number our keys. C, well, that happened. D, E. How do I know that? The group of two that's right here. Three keys under it are always going to be C, D, E. Over here you have a group of three. So those are going to be F, G, A, B. What happens next? C, D, E. Now, fun fact. Well, fun for me. When you get to G, you go back to A, B, C, D, E, and the keyboard just keeps going. Piano has 88 keys. Okay, that's 11 octaves and maybe 12 octaves and change, depending on how you count it. So, if you didn't understand why we use the letters we did, you need to go find video 1-2, freshly available on the Padlet that I've put out this morning, and take a peek. So, what are enharmonics? Well, they're when two notes sound the same but have different letters. Okay, and then it ties right in with the accidentals. With a piano, when you raise a note a half step, you go from white key to black key, and then black key to white key. Up, raise. If you're lower, you're just going backwards. So by adding sharps, you go up, and by adding flats, you go down. But if there is no black key between them, like here, you go white key to white key. So when you're going up piano, it's always white, black, white, black, white. And then if there's no black key, you just go to the next white key. Black, white, black, white, black, white, white, so forth. That's how you go higher on a piano. So let's assume, for example, that this is that F on a treble clef, okay? For bass clefs, that would be the F above the top line of the staff. For alto clef, this would be your bottom line, I think. I have to ponder it, but pretty sure. So, having said all of that, how do enharmonics work? Well, let's look at what happens on a piano when you raise or lower notes. Okay, we go from C up to here. Well, if we raise a note by a half step, which is what a white key to a black key is, So we go from white to black, that's a half step. Well, when we raise something a half step, what do? Lesson 1.7 says we add a sharp. So now we have C sharp. That means that this black key is C sharp. Now, when we lower a note by 1/2 step, we add a what? Yes, a flat. I hope you got that and I wasn't talking to myself. That means if this were a live piano and I played C sharp, I'd get a sound. And if I played D flat, I'd get the exact same sound, just with a different letter. That's all it is. Okay? Same thing here. D to E. Yep. D sharp, E flat. And then we just keep on ascending. F sharp, G flat, G sharp, A flat. I'm going to rewrite that a little bit better. And A sharp to B flat. And that means this is same thing. It just repeats. Very good. Now, I'm actually going to erase this because I need to put something there. Now, what happens when we don't have a white key? Well, if I raise E a half step, that means in this case, white to white, no black, equals also 1/2 step. So if there's a white key to a white key with no black key between them, that's also a half of step. Now, when I say the terms half step and whole step, don't worry about that right now. Okay, half step, all you need to know is that half step is white key to black key, or black key to white key, or white key to white key if there's no black. We're going to come back and deal with half steps and whole steps specifically a long time from now. A sharp raises a half step, a flat lowers a half step. Okay, now, so going back to my question, if we raise E a half step, we get F. That means F is also E sharp. And if we lower F a half step, well, there's no black key, so it's the next key down. That means F flat. Same thing here. B to C becomes B sharp. C down to B becomes C flat. So you can call those of you that play a C, trumpets, your bottom C can technically be called a B sharp. If I say play C and you say you mean B sharp, I might fail you just on general principle because you don't know enough about it yet to understand why that's wrong. But this is the first step. So take a mental picture of this, because when we're done, I'm going to show you how to draw a piano. Really easy. I can do it. Jeez, come on. We know how my lines are in general. Okay, so now we have two kinds of enharmonics, regular and irregular. Regular means black keys. Okay, so C sharp to D flat, D sharp to E flat, F sharp to G flat, G sharp to A flat, I knew that was going to happen. It's just a matter of when. A sharp, B flat. These are your regular enharmonic pairs. Why do I call them regular? I'm probably the only person I know who calls them that. Not an official musical term. I call them that because it means also one sharp, one flat. The lower note will always have the sharp. The higher note will have the flat. So C higher than D, or D is higher than C. Forget I said that. C is lower than D, D is higher than C. The lower note has the sharp, the higher note has the flat. That's what a regular enharmonic pair is. Irregular. Don't know what that was. Okay, now, these are your irregulars. Why? Between the two white keys, one sharp. I can do better than that. One sharp or one flat. Now, at this point, this is what you need to know for your test. And also you need to look at your instrument books, look at your fingering charts, and learn how these work. Because you can look in those, you either have a book, which is everybody, except for 8th period. You can look at your chart in the very, very back and see how this works. For example, trumpets. Second valve is F sharp. Second valve is also G flat. Why? Enharmonics. Okay. Now, if you are done, you can stop here. If you want to learn how to draw a piano, I'm going to show you that on the next page. If you don't want to learn how to draw a piano, you'll never be tested on it. It's just a good way to help you remember to practice. You can sit there, scribble out a piano, and write in the keys. It'll help you learn enharmonics so much faster. So, I'm not going to take a whole lot of time, and I'm not going to fill in the black keys all the way. First, draw a rectangle. Give yourself plenty of space. It's always easier to erase than it is to have to add it in. Giving some space, draw a line about halfway, actually a little less than halfway. Shave a little bit off of that. There we go. 2 of those, and then 1 top to bottom. And do the same thing again. 1, 2, 3, and then another one. Okay? We're going to stop there, but you'll see why the pattern repeats. Then, draw a rectangle. Now you notice this is much smaller. I left mine big so I had plenty of room to write. Because we all know I need that. And then, just color it in. Color it in. And that's it. And there's your piano. So you can practice. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. And then C sharp, D flat, D sharp, B flat, etc. Okay, what would go here? Well, first off, I erase this line and get it a little closer. It's a little far away. Erase that little dot right there if I can. Oh, too much. Oh, even more. Then I'll just keep going if I wanted to. So forth. And that's it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you make a piano. So Friday's test, I expect you to know this. You will be required to know the enharmonic pairs, regular and irregular, and be able to match them up. For example, if you have a left column and there's C sharp, the right column you better find D flat. Okay? That is the goal. That is the plan. I hope this has been helpful. Watch it multiple times. I promise it will help you to do so. Take notes and ask questions. Escoba signing off.